Hey, 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 what's happening? Okay, let's see what we can squeeze out for a couple minutes. When I take those Zoom meetings, I just show the back top of my head. Oh, you could mute. Yeah, you could turn the camera off. Yeah. It's funny. I like have my camera pointing at the wall. So what's happening? You got the Buick, right? Is that right? If I remember right? All right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. And now you're at home working? Amazing what can be done, huh? No. So it had a little bit extra miles on it already. So what do you owe on it? Do you remember about approximately? Okay, not too bad. I know. Well, but you paid it perfect, right? Did you pay it perfect or were any slow date pays on there? Oh, oh, that's not going to show up. That won't show up. Yeah, no, they're fine. Yeah, that should be fine. I'm so you made a recovery, I hope. Mm, yeah, you poor thing. I broke my back one time, so I understand. I had to go through 6 months of physical therapy. It was quite a hell ride that year. So, mm, hang in there. A few more months to go. Yeah, I hear ya. So yeah, you've been through some stuff this time. So I have lots of ideas for you because you're doing great, right? Work is doing fine. You're working full time, and we can explore some ideas. I still have your application. Are you still on the same job? No, you're fine. Do you need to go? Okay, so you're on the same job still? And how long? Yeah, how long have you been on there? Hmm. Oh, got it. So the paycheck stub changed. Hmm. 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 I'm printing your application. It's under Zakia. When the business department gave me your name, they gave me Kia, and I'm like, I know a Zakia. Let me hit search. I don't have it in here. You must have been referred to me because it wasn't saved when we originally met, maybe because it's not in my lead. So I'll have to grab your info again. Do you want to do it now? Okay, it takes 5 minutes. I'm gonna have to put you on speaker here for just a second because I need both my hands and my headphones. I need to replace those. I'm logging in. So, are you hoping to try to get like another Buick, or like what do you have your heart set on? Like an SUV? Are you trying to do like an SUV or a four-door sedan? There's a Lexus. Okay, so there's a new Lexus.
Yes, but I want to talk to you about it and see, because it is a 2016. It is like 26,000, I think, something like that, maybe.
Who do you finance with right now on the Buick?
Well, I'm with American Acceptance now, because remember the first company you gave me was right here in Aurora. Everything was perfectly fine.
Oh yeah.
And they went out of business and they were bought by
Credit yes.
American Acceptance.
Yes, I do remember now. And so, do you know what your credit score is right now?
Look on Credit Karma and tell you.
Because what you see, the banks see the banks will see 40 to 50 points lower. But if it's below 600, if you know, like a lot of times on that kind of money.
It is below 600.
Okay, so if it's below 600, on that kind of money, $25,000, you're gonna have a pretty high payment. Yeah, so the payment on below 600 goes up because the market that you're competing in has a higher, interest rate. Obviously, it's not going to be, if you paid your payments perfect, like you had a couple deferred payments, that shouldn't show up. That's not what I'm talking about.
Have any bad payments on here.
Right. So like that, you'll still move up and get different banks competing, but I don't know that we're going to get the banks that we want to compete for that kind of money, because you're going to need a lower interest rate to buy $25,000 for it to make sense mathematically, right? Now, do you have like $8,000 down payment?
Do I have how much?
A lot, a ton, like 8,000. Well, the reason, yeah. So I know it sounds hilarious, but truly, when you have a trade in that you owe 5,000, and then it has 200,000 miles. Okay, so then if you want to keep the open auto loan, they're going to probably on a below 600, stipulate somebody sign with you. Now, let's just keep talking for a few minutes because I still have a plan C. I mean, you came back to me for a reason because you know that I will keep exploring the rabbit hole pretty deep, So this one I do have an idea for you, but it would require on that kind of money, if you want to keep your trade and not that would obviously be something that we can work out, but it will require still money down, a lot of it. You'd probably need for that kind of for at least 3,500 minimum in order for me to explore my plan C idea. Like I know plan A and B won't work on 25,000. I can tell you now it won't work. Not with an open auto on that kind of money below 600. Plan A and B won't work. But I do have a plan C. But I can't even go forward to that plan if you don't have the kind of money down that would be required for me to even stand a chance. Yeah. And you will be prepared for a pretty high payment on that kind of money. We're probably closer to 700 or maybe even more. Yeah, like maybe like 650 if it's got low miles, because the offer that I'll get is still going to produce a higher payment, but it's, yeah, I have ideas, but you're not going to be able to get away with 500 down on a $25,000 car with the picture you're painting, with the scenario that you're painting, right? So, yeah, I would have to definitely take a good look at when you have the cash, what the number would look like, but be prepared for it to be closer to 650 with 3,500 to $4,000 down in order for me to produce for you. So at least I'm kind of giving you some ways to go to start off with, because I know you have good income. So, there's attributes on your application that are awesome.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I had ended up getting another foster daughter. So my per diem every 15th of the month from DCFS, which I have proof of all of it.
Yeah.
Is 40. I think sometimes it's 45, sometimes it's 46 on how many days is in a month.
Yeah.
So I do have that additional income as
Wonderful.
well. That has went up since
Heck
the last
yeah.
time.
I no doubt feel like, I can bring possibly something together for you. It's just a question of when are you calling me back saying that you're ready, to go forward on that kind of a purchase price.
Right.
It's going to require some money down, because you want them to look the other way on the open auto. Okay. And, it's just, yeah, I can tell you. I mean, if you want me to try a 500 down, that's fine. But I feel as though that we're not setting ourselves up to succeed.
Yeah, you said 2,500.
No, not for $25,000 on my plan C. Like what I would do for you would require me putting you on my portfolio and using that money. Okay. And I'm not going to do that with on that kind of money. If you were looking at a $15,000 car, maybe, I would be open minded to the idea with, a couple $1,000 down payment. But
Right.
yeah, and I don't mean to try to force hardship on you, but there's ways of creating um, commitment by the customer so that this will be a very good performing um, client in your portfolio, so that and when you have a customer that's not invested fully and really committed, they tend to. You're not saying that this will be you, because listen, I'll talk to 100 people a month, and maybe one or two people only I'll only offer this to one or two people. So if I talk to 100 people, don't think that I'm just throwing this out on the table for everybody. You see what I mean? So like on that kind of money, I would want a pretty big commitment, at least $3,500 down. Because your taxes and title and license is going to be 2,500, so. And so I want to have a strong position so that it makes sense and I can get it to go through no problem. If otherwise, it won't make sense. So, and I'm not trying to force hardship on you, and I want to sell you a car worse than you want to buy one. But we got to look at the big picture, right? So, and we got to make sure that we set this thing up, because if I bring this to Bill and ask him to use his money, I'm not bringing him a high risk deal that doesn't have a strong commitment. Like the ones that I bring to Bill, they have 8,000 down, right? Yeah. So like for me to say $3,500 is me trying to be, yeah.
I just hold off and wait till maybe tax time.
You need money down for sure. Yeah, like we can't even go to the next step really until you're like, Toby, I'm ready, because I got plan A and B. I'm going to explore those. Okay, don't think I won't. I will. But I also got a plan C that I know I can get to go through no matter what. So yes, it would be advantageous for you to get motivated to get that money together, because I'm going to come through for you, because I'm telling you I will. So I hope that you can focus on, because if you want that kind of a car, and you're willing to find a way to get that money together, and that kind of money, to
Well,
20.
the thing is, she couldn't tell me if the car even had any
Oh,
type
don't.
of warranty. And I do know it's a 2016. So
Probably not,
saying,
because their job is to book you and get you in the door to test drive. That's it. But on my customers, they know better to not, but most likely it would be, depending on the miles. At 2016, it may have a little remaining factory warranty, which is a smidge on the meat and potato, engine, trans, drive, axle assembly. It's not going to be a full-blown warranty. I could probably get you a warranty if that's a concern of yours. But I could tell you now, on a Lexus, which is a high-end vehicle with latest and greatest technology, that's going to raise your payment $50 minimum, $60 just to get a bumper to bumper type warranty on it. I mean, Lexus has made, we got disconnected. Call me back.